Oh, we live. Hey, Coach Bryant.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up, everybody? It's been a while since it's just been the two of us. It's been a long time. My baby was sick last week. So welcome to Hits and Heels. My name is Coach Terri Bryant. This is Coach Bryant, and we are in Lexington, Kentucky. We are both football coaches at the middle school level. Coach Bryant is almost a 40-year vet in the coaching world, coaching football and baseball, and he made me a football coach. And last year I was his offensive coordinator for the first season. And didn't do too well, but we knocked it. We getting there. Today we just have a lot of stuff to unpack, Coach Bryant. I don't even know where to start because we got the college football championship on Monday. And then we have the NFL playoffs, and then we have all of the portal has closed. So we have just a lot to unpack.
16.
Oh, has it closed yet? Oh, I thought it was closed.
No,
the 16. Okay, well, it's about to close. And so there might be some last minute people that might decide to jump into the portal. And so just let me know where you want to start at, Coach Bryant, because we got a whole lot going on in the sports world.
Well, what I would like is when somebody's listening to put up the Kentucky basketball game, because Kentucky basketball was trailing by 18. Came upstairs, it was 72-72 with 42 seconds. So something's happened since that happened.
Okay.
So still got a little cough in the throat, but everything's good. Last week was tough. Got a little virus. So, but with that said, I just want to know how the Cats went. But I guess the first thing I want to talk about is about the college playoffs, football playoffs.
Are you surprised that it's Indiana and Miami?
Well, I said that somebody asked me that question today, and my comment was I'm not surprised about any team. The SEC and the Big Ten is not going to, if you will, dominate anymore because of transfer portal.
Yeah.
So it ain't the way it used to be. You can't say the SEC has fallen apart or the Big Ten. That's not true. It's about kids staying, which we'll get into, kids staying 6 to 7 years, 26 years of age. I don't care what anybody tell me. Are you serious? And you're allowing that. I get the red shirt because you're hurt or you red shirt them and they get to stay an extra year. But to stay 2 to 3 extra years is ridiculous.
And I guess that's what I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding how they're getting the extra years if they're not getting injured again. So every time you get injured, if it's under a certain amount of games, are they automatically getting you, or you're able to apply for a waiver? I like to know what that rule is, because how are people getting
to me,
5 or 6 years?
For me, it can't be a rule because it says no to one person and yes
to somebody else.
So it's sort of like the same thing how NIL got started based on a judge.
Mm-hmm.
People forget that. And other judges prior to him getting it said, no, we're not paying them.
Gotcha.
Okay, so this is not the first time NIL was supposed to come up, and it's not. I mean, I used the example, excuse me. I used the example the other day. You have a college team that's okay, and all of a sudden a billionaire, God forbid, passes away.
Mm-hmm.
But in his will, or he didn't pass away, he realized he can't take it all with him.
Gotcha.
Then all of a sudden, the way it is now, you got Ohio State guys, you got Indiana guys, you got LSU, you got Georgia, Alabama, and they won a national title. The U, they won a national title, and then coach.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, you gonna pay me $5 million? I've already got my ring. I've already graduated. So they can actually go to a small school and dominate because now they're coming for the money. They already got the ring. They know they're going to the league. And instead of going right away, they make $5 million. I mean, and now they're 25, 26, 27 years of age.
So how did Carson, is it Carson Beck? This is his 7th season. Is it his 6th or 7th? I think they said it's his 7th.
I don't know. I mean, my point is, it's 6 or 7 years. He did well with Georgia, and instead of going to the league, I mean, I'm not disrespecting him from doing it, but I mean, something's got to give, because I mean, I don't know people understand. There's a big difference between a 18-year-old
and a 26-year-old, 27-year-old,
26, 27-year-old man, because your body develops, you get stronger and bigger. And it's sort of like a 6th grader, middle school.
With an 8th grader.
With an 8th grader.
It's a big difference.
Even at that age, it's a big difference. It's a big difference from
with a freshman and a senior.
And a senior.
Yes.
Just totally different. So with that said, that's either here or now. But I am family and loved ones, and we're about now in Annapolis, Indiana. But I'm going to have to say I'm for the U.
You're for the U?
I'm for the U.
I'm going for Miami as well. I mean, I guess because of the history that they've had in the past, and it's just glad to see them make a comeback.
Yeah, and so with that said, is that's the biggest thing is Indiana, because of their mature level, they don't make mistakes, and their coach does a very good job of evaluating talent to fit his scheme.
Mm-hmm.
He's done 2 years in a row. He's done a fantastic job with that, and that's the difference, to learn to evaluate talent. Because and that was one of the greatest things by Nick Saban. There was a lot of superstars out there when he was doing his thing, but they come to Alabama. Somehow he figured out, they had transfers, but somehow he's figured out how to get them play in his system.
Mm-hmm.
That's Indiana's coach, done a great job with that.
And I think what is the last 5 coaches or so that was left in the college football playoffs were all players coaches that got mentored under Coach Saban. Yeah. And I just think that, again, they learned something. Of course, you take your own stuff, but you take the grit of what he taught or whatever, what worked, because he had the blueprint.
Right.
And so they just kind of took that and just ran with it. But I thought it was absolutely, positively, almost a genius when you look at Indiana's roster and the average age. The average age is 24 years old,
5
or something like that.
Yeah.
And the average age of the Packers is like 26. You know what I mean? So there is almost like a mini NFL team. And they're playing like it. They almost played like like an NFL team, because they're very it's a well-oiled machine. And again, they don't make very many mistakes. And I don't, when you're watching the defense, you don't see many blown coverages, and on offense, everybody just does what they're supposed to do. But I also think that that's a maturity level of players that have been, it helps when you've been around for that long. And even you said it. If you had an opportunity to go back and play when you were 25, 26 years old, what type of a player would you have been?
But when I
in college?
I'm 23. I'm 22.
That's what I'm saying.
So let me play at 23,
20.
23, 24, 25, 26.
Yes.
Let me play at that age, because I understood the game better,
mm-hmm.
much better. Because your first 2 years, only a few freshmen come in and really get it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're truly learning their system the next year.
Mm-hmm.
And basically it leaves you with 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're an elite player.
Mm-hmm.
And we got quite a bit in the United States, but you let me get that maturity, because I've looked at pictures of me as a freshman
and then
pictures
look
of me as a senior.
and it's a big difference.
Huge difference. I mean, our son, Bryant, look at his freshman picture and look at him now. And he's gotten bigger, he's got mature, and he understands the game more because he went up against competition.
And he went up against the older kids as a freshman.
Yes. So that's so my biggest thing, Miami, is they can't make mistakes. And they made a few, but they end up winning the game.
Yeah.
They made a few and they end up winning the game. So I hope it's a good game.
I hope it's a good game.
And the whole key is Indiana, they feed on negative. They do a great job. Receivers make big catches when they need it. The DBs, like you just said, they don't blow coverages. So Indiana, it should be a very good game.
It should be a good game.
The backyard of the U.
It's a home game for them.
Basically, yes. And I'm hoping, because the last game Indiana played Oregon, God, it looked like they was playing in Bloomington.
They did.
It was packed. And that's a support that both teams should be. It should be 50-50. It really should. But, you go from there. So I'm proud of both of them. Fantastic year. Both teams has done an excellent job. And Miami really overcoming so much negative, losing a game early and dropping out of the top, so whatever, 5, because they was ranked 1, 2, or 3.
Like 2.
Yes. Right,
and then they lost early. But didn't Carson get injured?
I know.
And he had to sit out a couple games.
I
think early on too.
On.
So
but
he was able to come back.
Linebackers or losing a guard,
it makes a difference.
And I know they lost a couple of tackles, defensive tackles, excuse me. And so it's quite interesting.
Yeah, it makes a difference. Okay. So so you want to stay on college, or do you want to move on? College. Okay. So what do you think about well, let's go to Kentucky. I saw today where there was 27 new players that they pulled out of the transfer portal. I forgot how many high schoolers that they signed. So the roster's almost, because when does school start? School's getting ready to start. Yeah. School started today, right? Yeah. So players need to be, if they're going to be here.
That as of right now, that's
supposed to be here.
That's returning and came in on the portal. So but then you got to get used to your new environment and new coaching style, and especially for the guys that's returning.
And we also have a new strength and conditioning coach. So they're probably in the weight room right now, and they got to get used to it. Everybody's got to get used to a whole new system.
Whole new system, working out different parts. Everybody thinks it's easy. All strength coaches are very good at what they do, because you're getting paid to make other people strong, and that's like you going to your personal gym. That person knows what they're talking about, and learning what diet to put them on, and learning what not to eat, and the whole 9 yards. So it's exciting. These are a few players, and if you can read those, a few players that's coming in.
So what do you think about Kenny Minchie from Notre Dame?
I don't really know a lot about him, because it's Notre Dame. It's not
right.
It's not the SEC. It's not teams that we play. I'm a fan of Notre Dame, but coach big time. So, but I'm gonna look him up and see if the big eye in the sky don't lie.
And then linebacker, like Elijah Barnes. I don't remember him, but I'm pretty sure we've seen him on the field this past season.
Because he came from
Texas.
He came from Texas.
And then Tavion Wallace, was we're familiar with his brother.
Yes, it was there.
Who was here.
Yeah. So those are two big. I know, number one, number two, those are good schools to come from. So for them to have recruited them, they had to be something. Thank you. That's the best way to put it.
Now I'm excited about Chops. Jamarion Harkless coming from Purdue. Frederick Douglass, a local. We got another local kid. Like what we got 3. I know 3 local kids. Ty, and then Brock Kaufman come from Louisville, and in chops.
Yes, that's so that's a big thing. Kaufman coming up from Louisville, wide receiver, played for one of
Our boy, yeah.
boy, Chad Pennington, aka Penn.
And he was in the running for Player of the Year. He was one of the finalists for Player of the Year, and Quisenberry ended up getting it. Kaufman was.
Oh, okay, because I didn't know what you were talking about. Yes, when he was in high school.
When he was in high school.
That's what I'm getting. Okay, so and we lost Quisenberry. Speaking of,
and we lost Quisenberry, and Quisenberry went to they actually flipped. Quisenberry went to Louisville.
And I wanted to see Quisenberry. Me personally, I'm a fan.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of Quisenberry in Full County. Just excellent young person and family, everybody. And I was excited to see him in this offense and Coach Stein's offense. But he decided, and they mutually decided, I don't know what happened, but so he just went down the street a little bit. So we wish him well. We really do wish him well.
Absolutely.
So other ones that's coming, go ahead.
The DB Jordan Castell from Florida, which is and so everybody is saying that with him and Ty, both at safety, that they're going to probably be one of the best 1-2 combinations at safety in the nation.
Yeah,
because of their experience. If you put their experience together,
they've done it.
Yeah,
and they both have shined. And I mean, let's not take away from what both of them has done.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done his thing, and we should have 2 more DBs coming.
Yeah, another one from Florida, and Hassan Sykes from Western Carolina.
Yeah, and so excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
And getting a little secondary assistance. Got some returning.
We got
and that's a big plus. So the secondary should be pretty good, and I guess my biggest thing is D-line is the biggest key.
And we got a lot of our linebackers came back.
Yeah, but the D-line and O-line is the key of football.
Absolutely.
I mean, it really is. And if you can rush 4 or 3 and get pressure, and then you have 8 to 7 that deep, helping you out in the secondary. So that's pretty good.
Now, offensive line, Olaus, I don't know if I'm probably butchering his name. I'm probably butcher both of their names, but we got his name is Elias Alinen. I've heard it, but then I forgot. From Alabama, and Tegra Teshoba from Ohio State. And I think both of those got a significant amount of playing time,
right,
for both of those teams. I know the Ohio State guy did, and so those are I thought were really huge pickups on the offensive line, because the offense, like you said, the offensive line is going to be the key. Everybody is saying in the chats that the blue wall is rebuilt.
Well,
or we're rebuilding the blue wall, the big blue wall.
Well, that was unique. Coach, God rest his soul, that was unique. Guys, it really was.
Mm-hmm.
That was on that big blue wall, and the thing is, they played together for a while. So that's our biggest thing right now is trying very hard to get them to play together and go from there. So very proud of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good stuff. I see Mr. Holman on there. I'm gonna send him a link.
Well, we hope he comes on.
Hey, I'm gonna send you. Hey, Gary, I'm gonna send you the link.
Yeah, we need you to come on and talk a little bit. I mean, we're smiling here, and
I saw them yesterday at the game with my nephew. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and she's talking about the Bryant Station Frederick Douglass basketball.
We'll talk about that. Go ahead, please.
And that was outstanding. So, what else we got?
I think that was it. And Edge Ahmad, bro from LSU.
Well, the thing that I'm sorry, and maybe my wife talks about all the time, that I have a tendency to be we're not going to use the word, she calls it a brand person. I'm a brand person because I think that's quality. Mm-hmm. And you look at the guys that they got in the schools they came from, Notre Dame, Texas, or Arkansas, Georgia, not Georgia, excuse me, Florida, West Carolina, Ohio State, Alabama, LSU. I mean,
They came from quality schools.
Schools with quality coaches.
Yes.
And that's a pretty good thing right there.
And I think that that's better than what we've seen in the past, because most of the time in the past, no offense to them, but it just seemed like we would always just get kids that were at smaller schools, and and then sometimes they get here, and the stage, I think, is just a lot bigger than what they expect it to be.
Well, the stage is, if you will, a lot bigger and better, is because of the defensive coordinators, stunting, and that's what offensive line has to learn to do. So they've seen it, and that's based on being at the schools that they're at, and watching film. So and that's the biggest key also is they know how to watch film. They come from big time schools and learning to watch film. And also what you and I do, we coach. Learn to be coachable. And that's what I'm hoping that Coach gets in here. The young guy said, want to be coachable. So,
and I like that. So have you sat back and just thought about? Have you analyzed the new coaching staff? It's very young.
Yes, very young, very. But very good backgrounds.
Yes.
I have used that technology, as I say, to check in their background. So, and that's a big thing to me, is again, getting them to jail and just be real. I don't want any more non-real coaches. Just be real.
Yeah. One of the things that I like that our head coach is a Kentuckian.
Yeah.
And then he brought in the tight ends coach is actually a Lexington native.
Yes.
And I like that we have some homegrown, not just players, but also some homegrown coaches. Well, and I'm hoping that they establish.
Coach played for Kentucky,
and he played for Kentucky. Yes,
and they kept
him, and I'm glad that they kept Coach Stewart on.
Yeah,
absolutely. So just those things I think are really, really that I'm excited about. I'm just really excited. But Gary Holman actually did hop on. He saw my link, so we're gonna bring him on, and we're just gonna chop it up.
Well, I didn't know that.
Let me see. Why didn't I put him on? Why didn't he come on? Hold on.
We're working on it.
We're working on it. I don't know why.
As people tell me it's not a word.
I know why. Here it is.
Efforting. She was efforting.
There it is. What's up?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Can't complain. Just got finished watching it. A UK and LSU game.
Pull it off. What's the score?
Yeah, they pulled it off. Moreno hit the game winner at the buzzer. They won. I think it was 75-74.
Hey, that is a
76,
huge win.
75, something like that. Yeah, they was down 18 points. Yeah, they fought back. They definitely fought back.
So I gotta be me. So I'm looking at the frame and I'm looking at the chisel. So are you gonna try to go to New York and be a male model now? Because you're looking good.
I appreciate it, man. I just I had to make some health decisions, and I had to start dropping that weight, man. I got up to 325. Now I'm down to 250. So I'm just trying to eat better, live better. I'm trying to watch Jordan play at the next level and beyond. So I had to do what I had to do.
Yeah, he looks good. It looks
Appreciate
good.
it.
Looks real
Appreciate
good.
it.
So my first question, again, to do your introduction, who he is and his son.
Oh, so this is Gary Holman, and they're both nephews. So yeah. I have adopted his son, Jordan Holman, who is an up-and-coming, probably one of the top players here in the state of Kentucky. He plays for Woodford County. He plays safety like Ty does, ran track and all the things, basketball, all the things. He's a 3-star athlete. He's being recruited. And so you're going through the recruiting process. So tell us how's that going?
Man, hey, it's fun. It's fun. It's exciting, and it's also stressful all at the same time.
Yes, at the same time.
And the coaching carousel, I'm used to that. I went through that with my middle son. So
Yeah.
the coaching carousel, coaches come and go. They move on to bigger and better opportunities. So I get that part of it. But this whole this whole NIL, that's a whole, and this transfer portal, that's a totally different beast.
Yeah.
And I was having a conversation with a couple people a couple weeks ago. Once the transfer portal opened, all the coaches stopped talking. They
Yes.
stopped calling, and
Mm-hmm.
just talking to, they still reach out here and there, and they just, they told Jordan, just, we trying to get ready for 2026. Don't worry about it. We're gonna come back. We're gonna spin the block. We're gonna come back and talk to you. We just trying to shore up our rosters for the 2026 season. Trying to shore up the guys that are signing late on February the 5th. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and a couple schools have been in the building in Wolford County to see Jordan and Darian Tomlin and Justin Perez.
Mm-hmm.
So they're starting to come back around. The portal's getting closed, I guess, tomorrow, Friday,
Yeah.
and the coaches the coaches are definitely starting to reach out. He's had 4 big-time P4 schools reach out to him over the last 5 days. So they definitely coming back around, but it's definitely it's different. It's definitely different.
Yeah.
But I'm
Well,
I'm happy and excited for him though. So that's the
well,
main thing.
I've always said the thing is when Ty was getting recruited, it was fine when he
Yeah,
was in the 8th, 9th, and 10th.
right.
And when you become a junior, people don't realize it becomes a little stressful because they're telling you if they offer you and truly offer you, they want you to say, I'm coming.
I'm coming. Right. Absolutely.
And then
Absolutely.
as soon as you don't say that, they go to Ohio, they go to Tennessee, they go to Indiana, they go to West Virginia,
Yeah.
and they say the same thing to that young person.
Yeah. It's definitely coming. He's definitely had. We haven't had that talk or that conversation with anybody yet, but I know it's coming. And
Oh, it's
just
coming.
just and just me being a parent, and I'm looking at who they're bringing in on the transfer portal. I'm looking who signed early at all the schools that have offered him, and you know what I'm saying. And I'm looking to see who's possibly going to sign late February 5th, and I'm looking and I'm like, yeah, it looked good at the beginning of the season, and now I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And going through it with Tide, it's got to be a perfect fit. I mean, that's the only way it's gonna work. I told him, like I told Jordan, I want you to go somewhere where you're happy. Number one, number two, you want it and you love. Number three, you're gonna get on the field early because he's gonna be an early enrollee. He's gonna graduate in December, go enroll in school in the spring, so he can get acclimated to college life, get acclimated to the college classes, get used to that college strength and conditioning schedule, morning and afternoon, and get to go through that spring game and his spring practices, so that he can learn the playbook and whatever he needs to work out in the spring, he can get it worked out before he hits the field in the fall.
Well, one of the plus that your son has, and a lot of coaches in this area have, but yours is definitely has it is your head coach at Wolford County High School.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely.
yeah, he's been through it as a player. He's been through it watching his brother. He's been through it as a father,
Right. Yeah.
and so that's a pretty good blueprint to whisper to. Correct?
Oh, for sure, absolutely, man. Hey, it's funny when I pulled Jordan from Trinity in the fall, and I called Dennis on my way from Louisville and told him, "Hey, man, I'm bringing Jordan to you, man. We coming." And he laughed at me, said, "Gary, stop playing with me," and hung up on me.
So don't be
So
playing with his
so
promotion.
yeah, so we pulled up to the school, and I go in the office, and I'm talking to Miss Joy, and I was like, "Is Dennis here today?" She's like, "Yeah, he's in there, baby." I say, "Tell him come on out here, man. I need to talk to him." So he come out the office and look at me and start cheesing from ear to ear. He's like, "Man, I thought you was playing with me." I said, "Man, I never played with you, man. He's
Yeah.
here. You gonna have him for the next 2 years." So
Hmm.
I mean, he's definitely been a big plus, a big help. as far like you said, as far as the recruiting and getting my son's name out there and talking to the coaches for him, advocating for him. He's put him in the best situation to succeed on the field, put him in the best situation to succeed in the classrooms, and just like you said, him going through it with his older son Skylar, and going through it with Jasper, going across the country, talking to top programs, talking to all these college coaches. Man, he's definitely been a help. And anytime I've had any questions, I call or text him, and he picks up the phone and texts me right back and responds. So Jordan's definitely in a blessed situation.
That it helps when you have a coach that's advocating. Now, I'm not saying that all coaches aren't doing that, but the ones that are, but some of them aren't. They're not on that level because they don't have the relationships or they don't have the experience, right? And no shade to them. They're still good coaches, but they don't necessarily know how to help the kids to get to the next level.
Right, absolutely.
That's the reason why we respect Coach McPeak, because he really goes out of his way. And if a player at Douglas wants to go to the next level, he'll find it. Whichever level that is for them, he'll find a way for them to get to the next level. Which everybody hates Douglas, but that's a fact. If you want to, he'll do that.
And what's so crazy about that is, Douglas, Landis before McPeak, those guys, and Dennis included. Though it also helps that those guys played at the next level.
Yes.
So they play with different guys. They got teammates that are coaches. They got old coaches that are elsewhere, and that playing that college level is a different animal, and you got to be able to have those connections and those relationships so that these coaches can come in here and look at these kids and recruit these kids. Because like you said, the coaches that don't have those connections and don't have those relationships, they might have a player that can play at the next level, but he doesn't have their rapport with the coaches, and he don't know how to reach out to them and get those kids exposed. And that's the biggest thing. Like you said, with McPeak and Coach Johnson and Wolfie Kane, them playing at the next level definitely helps those kids get, reach those dreams to playing, not only D1 football, but, D2, D3, NAIA, prep school, JUCO, whatever the case may be. Like you said, if they want to go to the next level, those coaches are definitely going to help those kids out and let them get to that next level to play ball and get a free education.
Yeah, but the funny thing about it is, I know Coach Johnson does it, but I know McPeak does it for a fact. I know he does. Yeah. He goes to schools. I mean, absolutely. He's got the most understanding, besides
wife,
most understanding wife, because he will follow his players, and that's the relationship he gets from college coaches.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because, absolutely.
Like I said, he's going to see. This is easy. He goes to UK. He'll be at their camps, and he's getting to know the coaches.
Right.
And and you're talking, and you got water, and they're practicing, and he does a very good job with that. So, with that said, it's all about helping you, put your child in that position.
Right.
And that's a big deal. That's a big deal. So, what's the biggest plus that you can remember thus far, your son, the biggest play that stays in your mind that he's done at Wolford County?
The biggest play
that stands in your mind.
What stands out is we was down in Florida this year. We went down to Florida, played the team outside of Orlando, and we were kind of the second quarter we weren't struggling, but we was kind of at a stalemate. We was filling them out, they was filling us out, and it was a third down play, and quarterback threw a screen, and he jumped on it. He saw it. He read it. He read it perfectly. He saw it. Came downhill, made the play behind the line of scrimmage, and that kind of boosted us and woke us up a little bit, and we ended up scoring a touchdown right before halftime. We got the ball back after the half and scored again. So it kind kind of helped build that momentum. But he and it's funny because, like I said, we was at that game, and the guy that represent, the guy that represents him, and this football guy, Coach Littles and Jeremy Shelby, Elite Consulting, they were at the game, and they had me send them that clip of him making that play, and sent that out to college coaches, and the coaches that have already seen him were like, well, dang, he's faster. He's faster and breaks to the ball faster and quicker than we thought he did. So that kind of helped boost his recruiting a little bit too. So that play right there stands out to me a lot for the 2025 season.
Oh, that's it.
And there's those are type of things that really just make a big difference.
Yeah.
I think
for sure.
even I think it was like that with Ty had so many great plays. It was unbelievable. So you just got to keep enjoying this ride though, because it is a guy here fast. I mean, he was just.
Oh no, he just got to high school. Yeah, and now he's going to his senior year. Yeah, and he graduated early. So yeah, it came real quick. It definitely came real quick.
Well, the thing is, I tell people all the time, that's just me. And she's around me more than everybody. She says I'm just kind of weird sometimes. And I always tell them, say, it doesn't go fast. It just goes.
Right.
It's supposed to.
Right.
It's supposed to. And what that said is, our God gives you this window. What do you do in that window? Because the worst thing that I can honestly say when I hear a kid that doesn't handle his academics and doesn't handle his behavior and doesn't want to be coached, and he's talking about I shoulda, coulda, woulda. And what I always clap for your son and other kids, and as well as our son, is they did something very well. They listened.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
And people don't understand, you can run and jump, but you got to read and write, and you have a great behavior.
Come on, you got like I tell my son, I've been told all my kids, it starts early. If you can't do it when you're younger, you're not gonna be able to do it when you get older, because they don't. Like when I was growing up, you playing ball. They had that thing called Prop 48. So if you was good, if you was good and didn't have the grades, they take you anyway. They make you gray shirt, red shirt, whatever they call it. Get your academics together and then let you play. With the way these athletes are today, they don't care about that. They don't care how good you are, because guess what? There's 10 kids over here waiting in line, chomping at the bit. Yeah, chomping at the bit with the grades. So yeah, they don't care about that no more. So you definitely got to stay on top of it early, and it makes it a whole lot easier when they get older.
Okay.
Well, the competition level, and like you said, the portal and everything is totally different now. Yeah. And I do believe, and I do believe that we need to change from. And I'm not saying you. I just think that people need to really look at this whole thing from a different perspective. Number one, it's a business, and then number two is you can't wait. Like you can't wait to commit.
No,
or you're gonna miss out.
Definitely, especially in today's climate. Yeah, you definitely.
Especially in today's climate, if you
find your perfect fit, find your perfect fit, you gotta go ahead and pull the trigger.
But
unless you a 5-star number one player in the country, then you can do whatever you want to do, because you go, But if you're not that kid and you just, you're a really good player and somebody wants you, like you said, no, you got to go ahead and pull the trigger. And say, I'm coming. And make that business decision early, because if you wait, somebody else is gonna say yeah. So it's just the nature of the business nowadays.
But because of the way the portal is set up, you almost have to go to kind of get your feet wet or get in the door, because it's having a hard time getting your feet in the door. And then if it doesn't work, you can just hit the portal, right?
Right.
I don't, as of right now, honestly, I hope they change that. I hope they make players start, committing or having to sit out a year or give you one pass. This whole transferring every year, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like
You
that.
know, now, I mean, and because it's a business right now, you know, a lot of players are treating it as such. You know, a lot of kids is, you know, playing are good enough to play at the college level, but they might not, they might feel like they might not be able to play at the next level. So they just cashing in right now. You know, whoever's gonna give me the biggest bag this year, you know,
And you can't blame them.
and that's what they're doing. And you know, and I was I was I was watching a reel on Instagram the other day, and the coach was saying, matter of fact, it was the Syracuse coach, Syracuse football coach. He was saying,
Mhm.
you know, these kids that are jumping from school to school to school, talking about they getting paid, and yeah, they are getting paid. They getting some money. They getting paid. But at the end of the day, you done played at 4 or 5 different schools,
Where the
but
credit's at.
all your credits ain't transfer over, so now you can't even graduate, and you don't have no foundation to go be able to go back to the coach or the administration, you know, to go to admissions and be like, hey, I need 20 credit hours. I'm pulling 20 credit hours short to graduate. What can I do? And you know, you know, like the Syracuse coach said, now the admissions is looking at you like, well, you ain't been here before, so you know we had no ties to you. You had no ties to us, so you're gonna have to come out of pocket with some of that NIL money to pay for your school if you want to
Yep.
get your
And pay
degree.
for your school. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's a fact. That's a 100% fact. And if I'm a coach or I'm a GM in college, and you come one and done, and you come back to me and ask me to pay for your schooling, I'm going to do that
Right?
because it's a
Yeah.
business. I'm saying
Yeah.
we gave you this, we'll help you out here, but if you build that foundation, they want everybody to know, look what we do if you stay at our university. And it's got to
Right.
be your fit. It's got
Yeah.
to be your
Absolutely.
fit. And you don't know if it's a fit.
Yeah, sometimes you don't. It looks like a fit in the beginning, but then later on, you don't realize. You know, a coaching change, or you
Right.
just
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, you just don't know what might happen once you get there. So some
And
of
of
the
course,
transfers are understandable.
right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You don't know
And I
all
get
the ins
that.
and outs. Mm-hmm.
Right. And I get that part of it, but just like I said, just you know, just kids just jumping from school to school to school because you know this year I got 100,000. Next year, this coach in school time, they're gonna give me 200,000. So you know, you just going to get the biggest bag, making the most money, but you hurting yourself. You hurting yourself in the long run, and you
Yes.
don't even know it.
You are, because at the end of the day, you know, if you're not putting that money, and a couple $100,000 is not going to last forever.
Oh
Well,
no, not at
they
all.
20%.
The agent's getting, is 20%, absolutely. So
He getting his cut. Then you got to pay Uncle Sam.
Because Uncle Sam and his cousin Pica are
Right,
gonna
they
get
gonna
that
get theirs. Yeah, they gonna get theirs regardless, one way or another.
one
Yeah,
way or the other.
absolutely.
They're gonna get that.
right, so it's not as much as people, as you think it is. But at the end of the day, if you go and it goes back to the original thing, is you're going to go get a free education. You're using your
Right,
talent to go get a free
I
education.
don't think free.
right,
They're gonna go and get an education. Just take your car into a dealership, and the part. Hold up, the part is $150. How much is labor?
The
$500.
labels, the labels gonna get you. That's where you're paying at. You're paying for the label.
What do you pay that?
Yeah.
So I've never used the word for free. Free means I ain't got to do nothing for it.
Oh well.
Okay, that's why
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
You were just
I mean,
saying,
I'm not saying you wrong, but I don't use free because if I gotta get up and I gotta work out, I
Right.
gotta be on their schedule,
Right.
I gotta
Yeah.
do this and that. I'm doing labor, so it's a give and take on
Right.
both
Yeah.
sides. It's a give and take
Absolutely.
on both sides.
Yeah.
and that's
As
real
long as
talk.
you performing. As long as you performing.
People don't realize. I'm glad you said that. We're talking to Gary Holman, and his son is one of the top.
Jordan Holman. Know the name Jordan Holman.
Even when he was in the 8th grade, I was still trying to recruit him as he was already. I want talent. He could have
Yeah.
made me look like a great coach. But the thing is that people got to understand is it's 1 year
Oh yeah, it's year to year. Absolutely, it's definitely year to year.
It's not a 4-year
So
scholarship.
like when I played, it was 4 years.
Yeah.
And if
Right.
I get a prime, I'm
Right.
staying.
Yeah.
So each year you getting evaluated, and they're recruiting someone outside to take your spot.
Absolutely.
So that's why you got to get
You
your
got to stay on
grade,
top of everything. Yes.
and if you give them a reason,
All right.
they're gonna take it.
And that's on you.
That's on you, definitely.
I love it. So does he have a top 5 yet? Top 10?
He got a top 5 right now. Like I said, we still got some we still got some coaches and
How
schools
to look
reaching out.
in?
Well, I'm gonna
But
throw
yeah,
this out.
his
Hey,
top
hold
5,
on. Was
right
one
now
of the
is
top 5 Kentucky? That's all I want to know.
UK is in the top 5.
Okay, that's all I want to
And
know.
we'll be at and we're actually doing junior day next Saturday.
Yeah,
They play Ole Miss, so we'll be on campus talking to the coaches and everybody. So
yes,
yeah,
sir.
but yeah, he got right now Missouri, Liberty, UK, Liberty, Missouri, UK, Toledo, and Miami, Ohio.
Hey, great schools.
All great
You're
schools.
not gonna go wrong. Great
Nah,
schools. Great
nah.
schools. Great schools. So I mean, I just got goosebumps.
I know.
I can't believe we're talking about your baby going off to college.
It's kind of surreal,
But we've seen him grow up and we've seen him put in the work.
and that's the thing that a lot of people
You and we've
don't talk
seen you
about.
make the sacrifices for your child to make sure that you put
Absolutely.
him in there, and it's admirable. I mean, you should write a book because again, people don't understand the sacrifices and stuff that's made as parents to put our kids in a position for them to win. It's not easy.
No, not easy at all. No, not at all. And like I told him early on in the process, like you can do whatever you want to do. I'm 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 gonna I'm gonna act accordingly. So if you really wanna play at the next level, you need to while you on YouTube watching LeBron James highlights and watching Jeremiah Smith highlights and watching Jamal Adams highlights and Ed Reed highlights, look at their work ethic. Look what they sacrificed to get where they at. Look what they sacrificing now where they already made it to the highest level to sustain and maintain and be able to stay at that and play at that next level. That's the stuff that you got to do. So if that's what you want to do, then you're gonna have to put in the work. You're gonna have to sacrifice hanging out with your buddies. You're gonna have to sacrifice not playing on the game. You're gonna have to sacrifice getting up 5 o'clock in the morning to go to 6 o'clock workouts at school or 6 o'clock workouts with Greg Baltimore. You're gonna have to sacrifice not going to that party on Saturday night because you gotta get up on Sunday and go do your
yeah.
speed and agility training. So I mean, it's definitely a lot. It's definitely a lot. But hey,
But it's
he hit it
paying
head
off.
on, when he started seeing the fruits of his labor early on, he started taking it a little bit more serious. And then
Mhm.
every time he see a little bit of success on the field, off the field, coaches reaching out, he started going a little bit harder. So I mean, we here now. We year 3 going into year 4. He started off high school at 6 foot, 170 pounds. He's a junior now, 6'3", 198. So he's trying to get to 205, 210 before track season, so he can start running with that weight on him, so he can get comfortable and used to it. And
Mhm.
people are like, well, why you want him to get that big? I'm like, man, y'all don't understand. When we go to Ohio State and UK, and we've been to Michigan, we've been to Tennessee, we've been to Virginia, you know what I'm saying? We've been to Cincinnati, been to Liberty. Man, when we're looking at these kids playing the position he's playing at the P4 level, at P4 level, man, these kids is out there. They out there, and they weigh between 195, 215 playing in his position, running a 4.5, 4.4 40.
Mhm.
That's what he's got. That's what he's got to play at. That's what he's got to be. So, and one of the biggest things, talking to coach, I hit him up every blue moon with some questions. I call him. He answers. He always answers. Talk to Devin Neal. Talk to Ty. Talk to Devin Neal Jr. Man, and they tell Jordan all the time. Told him, say, well, when we went to Virginia and watched that little Devin play. Devin asked him how much he weighed. He said, man, you need to get to about, you need to play about 200 next year, your senior year. That way when you get to college, it ain't gonna be no problem for them for you to gain the extra 5-10 pounds to play at the position. So
Well, with that said, he's going to. Here's the thing: is that I will throw this in. He's going to get there because he's going to get maturity weight.
right, yeah,
Right now, he doesn't have that maturity weight yet. That's what I kept telling people about Ty. He's fine
right,
where he's
yeah,
going in the UK at that
yeah,
weight. When he starts getting a little maturity weight, because we all get maturity weight.
right,
That's just life. You get it. And the difference is, to me, just my opinion, whatever it means, your son's right where he needs to be right
right. Oh
now.
yeah, absolutely, yeah,
He's right where he needs to be. He can move at this weight. Their job is going to get him where he needs to be
right,
in college because he's only a few pounds away from it. It's
right,
not like 20 pounds away from it.
right,
So,
right.
and that's the one thing that he's got to realize. They're going to get like Ty. Ty, my first question I asked Ty is how much you weigh when you wake up? Because that's your real weight.
Right. Before you get up and start moving for the day,
When you
absolutely.
start moving, start drinking water or whatever you drinking, Kool-Aid, whatever, eating, what is your weight? And when Ty starts saying he's at 198, you know, during the days at 202, he's
Right.
where he was, where he needed to be. When people was pressing him in high school being 200, I kept saying, wait a second, he will be there.
Right.
And now, because that coach is recruiting him right now. They
Right.
know he can play.
Absolutely.
That's the nutrition's job to put that weight on him the right way.
Right.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
just tell him, be careful, don't put on that fake 200
Oh no, no,
because
no, no.
that's going to make you heavy.
Yeah.
And because your son, when I saw him, if you didn't tell me, if I didn't know him, which I do, because I want him to play for me, but when if you didn't know, you would think he was already in college
yeah.
because of his size.
because he's got something you can't teach.
Yeah.
He's
And,
already
and that's the main thing. Yeah, that's the main thing. College coaches, all the big schools want to see him in person so they can put him on the scale and see if his measurables are what they really say they are.
yeah.
And the good thing for him, everywhere we go, his measurables are all the same. So
Right.
everybody seeing the same thing. It ain't no fluke. It ain't no inflated numbers.
The numbers. Yeah.
He is as advertised. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing. That's a good thing for him because you go in front of the coach and they see you on film and they really like you, and then they see you in person and you 3 inches shorter than what you say you are.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
it changes the whole game. It changes everything. So he's good on that, and the film, he's good on the film. So he's definitely in a good spot right now.
He's in a great spot.
Great spot. Well, make sure, listen, I don't know how we got the relationship that we do, but he never see me, and I don't get a big hug.
Oh,
Aunt
absolutely.
Terri.
It's Jordan for you, man. He's a great kid. I love him to death. He's always going, yes sir, no sir.
Yeah.
He's always walking around with a smile on his face. He's going, if you need anything, he's gonna help you any way he can. He's just a good person, good kid. So I'm like I said, I'm happy for him going through this process. I'm excited for him. I don't know what he's thinking as far as committing, but I know the spring is gonna be big for him. We got he got the invite to the Nike the opening regional to March,
Yeah.
so we getting prepared for that March 3rd. So, I'm just excited for him just to get out there, and that's another thing too. Him playing with the Louisville Chargers for those
Was
2
huge.
years and traveling across the country, playing against some of the top players in the country. yeah, as little league kids, and seeing a lot of those kids now in high school, and you got Booby, the kid that played down in came from played at DeSoto in Texas, going to USC. You got a kid, three of his teammates played in the All American game on Saturday. Jahad
Yeah.
Brown, Gary Hobbs, and Allen L.A. Evans.
Yeah.
Gary and Jahad both going to Indiana, and L.A.'s going to U of L. So I mean, it's
Okay.
just to be a part of that. Yeah, just for him being playing on that team, and like I said, playing against those guys. Kane Archer, quarterback from Arkansas. Like, we played against these kids, and like I
Yeah.
said, see these kids now, they making their college commitments and playing P4 football. Like, it's crazy. But that helped him sharpen his skills and get better on the football field. So when we started going to Under Armour camp and going to FBU camp and playing, and he's competing against these kids one-on-one drills, he didn't back down from it. He wasn't scared because he's played in those high level games before. So it just playing going one on one with these guys. It ain't nothing to him. He loves it. He enjoys it. So that definitely helped him out a whole lot too.
Love it.
I think when Ty, well, I remember when Ty went to Kentucky's camp.
Yeah,
That sealed the deal for him for Kentucky. I mean,
yeah.
he left camp. 5 coaches wanted him to commit that day.
Yeah, he did.
And see, and that's crazy. And that's crazy because when Jordan, that's where Jordan got his first offer from Vince Morrow, and and Coach Stoops, because Coach Stoops remembered him from baseball, where his sons played at Shiloh in South Lexington.
Okay.
So he went to camp, did his thing. I think he went like 8 for 8 catching balls. He had two really good catches. And Morrow was like, man, I've been watching you the whole camp, man, and you ain't back down for nobody. And actually, one of the DBs that he caught had the crazy circus catch against was a guy that had already committed to UK. He didn't know it. I didn't know it at the time. He didn't know it at the time, but that's what kind of got him started as far as the recruiting process goes. So always, the hometown team, I mean, you got to put them on there, regardless of how I feel about them. I didn't grow up a UK fan, but like I tell everybody else, wherever my son decides to go play ball at, I'm gonna be his biggest fan. So
What you
I'm
said.
What you
I'm
said.
I'm gonna be a fan of whatever school he goes to. I'm gonna be his
Said.
biggest
I
fan,
mean,
biggest supporter. So it is what it is.
we were prepared to go wherever.
Wherever. Now, my question is, I think I know, but I'm not sure. He's going to play offense or defense because he played both of them pretty good.
He played receiver. Yeah, he played receiver too. But no, we going to play. He's gonna go play college ball. He's playing safety. He's going where his bread and butter's at. So
Well,
no, he's gonna be a college safety.
I was hoping you would say that because if you didn't, I would have been like, I'll be right there. Let me
Yeah,
Google that.
no. No. We had that conversation a year and a half ago too. So, I mean, yeah, he like I said, he got recruited, play receiver in a couple schools, but
The biggest
defense
thing
is gonna be
is,
where his money's at.
yeah, the biggest thing is a lot of times in high school, based on their scheme,
Yeah,
and please do this, is
right.
really work on opening their hips
Yeah,
because that's the biggest thing that I'm giving you that blueprint that Ty and
absolutely.
I worked on privately.
Yeah,
So he got the UK college ready.
right. And
Okay,
that, and
because
that's how I'm trying to have Jordan. He's gonna be. I want him to be college ready, so they can't say
yeah,
they can't have no
because
excuses not to play him.
yeah, because a lot of times high school coaches play zone
Yeah.
and you really stand up and you got an area.
Hmm.
College, they run 5 receivers. So the
Right.
safety is got to go
He's
man.
man up. Absolutely.
And
But
the
see, and,
hard
that, and that's the thing, I like about Dennis, because we run that 3-4. So a lot of times, like you said, high school teams is running, they throwing the football, so you got 4 or 5 receivers. So he's in man. So he's playing corner.
Yeah.
So he's not afraid to be on the island if he's got to be on the island. So
Yeah. Well, really work on guarding, like when you work with him, okay? Like, not the outside receiver, because that's going to be a true corner in college.
right, yeah. No,
That's
that's
gonna be,
at inside receiver.
the inside receivers are hardest to, because he can go left,
They
right,
shifty.
side, go.
Yeah,
And people don't realize, yeah, your superstar is on the outside, and he just runs fly routes. And the
exactly.
inside receiver
On
runs,
that slide is great.
he's got little quickness,
Oh yeah, his little route tree, his route trees are a little different.
big time different, big time different. You just went dark on us.
Turn the light off. Oh, you good?
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I mean, we gotta let everybody see that new frame. 2026. It looks good. Looks good on you.
Appreciate it.
Well, listen, we appreciate you coming on. We just wanted to, you popped on, and today was just Cisco and I. So Coach Bryant and I, sorry, baby, Coach Bryant and I. So we like having cameos every once in a while. We never use a script. So thank you. I appreciate you just hopping on
I appreciate y'all having me on.
No, I'm glad you put that on there because I mean, like I said, we're a fan.
And we're yes.
We're fans.
Appreciate it. Likewise, I've been always been a fan of Ty.
Even though I didn't get to coach you.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely.
I'm gonna throw that in again, baby.
Well, he's nephew. We'll be looking forward to his, we'll be following where he decides to go, and regardless where he goes, we'll testify, and then we'll have you back on after he commits or after he's in for a year or so or whatever. We'll have you back on.
We have you on when he commits.
When he commits.
Yeah.
Well, let us know when he commits, and then let us know.
I'll definitely let you know. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'll let you know when that's going to happen.
We'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Again, can't emphasize enough.
Congratulations.
I'm just busting your career back about that. Every decision you made was the right decision.
Yes.
That put him in where he's at. And we are so proud of him. We are so proud.
And I tell everybody, oh yeah, for sure, appreciate it. But I tell everybody too, I get people calling and asking questions and texting and inboxing and say, hey, what are you doing for Jordan? What can I do with my son? And I tell them all the time, man, I was fortunate enough and blessed to have a lot of good guys, a lot of good mentors in my corner to help guide me with Jordan, because they, with you, Coach Bryant, Coach Bird, like I said, family, Devin Neal. So, and that you have already went through the process, went through the fire, you know what to do, what not to do. So you definitely, and I soaked it all in. I listened, and that's it. And that's the main thing I tell people too. A lot of these people always hit me up and get asking questions, but they don't listen. They still go do whatever they want, which is cool. You do whatever you want to do.
Absolutely.
But I can only tell you what helped and worked for me and my son.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to listen, then that's cool. But I'm telling you what helped me and what worked for me, and the guys that told me what to do and what not to do, and everything that you all told me, I listened to it. I took heed to it. I put it into perspective, and I ran with it, and it's been nothing but good things happen for Jordan in the process. So I wouldn't change anything about it. Like I said, I'm always gonna reach out, like I said. So it's always gonna be love from me.
Absolutely.
But the coolest thing about that, let me just say this in closing for me. The coolest thing about that, I did the same thing. When you said Jamal Adams, when Ty was a junior, we did his workout.
Yeah.
He sent me his workout
Yeah.
for Ty. Mo Douglas with his son, Moses. I communicated more kids. It was more because I wanted to know their blueprint. That don't mean I'm gonna do their entire blueprint, but there's something on there that I'm gonna use. But Jamal Adams, we use a lot of his blueprint.
Hey man, his that workout he goes through, man. We went.
Yeah.
I put Jordan through it when he after he got sick over the spring, at the end of the spring, beginning of the summer,
Yeah.
and he did that workout when he finally got back 100% in July in the dead of heat, and yeah, that's a work. Hey, that's a workout for you. That's definitely a workout.
What's gonna happen is we're about to get off. I usually leave early, and she'll shake her head no, but I do.
We weren't done talking.
Oh, we're not. That's all right.
We're done. We can let him go, and then we're
Okay.
gonna finish up what we was getting ready to say.
Yes,
We
sir.
good. Okay. Well, listen, I appreciate you coming on. Thank you for
I
hopping
appreciate
on.
y'all for having me.
You know, we love you. We love our
It's all
nephew.
love, yeah. Love you too.
Mad love from Aunt Terry.
Hey, man, love from Coach. Man, love, man.
Appreciate
And we'll-
everything. Love y'all too, man.
And we'll see. We'll
Good
see
luck
you
this-
probably at the next game.
Well, good luck this
For
coming
sure.
season.
Hey, that was a good game last night.
No, I'm
It
just
was.
saying, good luck this upcoming season.
Appreciate it.
Football-wise,
Yes,
we're
sir.
counting very close again this year.
Hey, we'll get back there. We got
Yeah,
8 coming
He'll
back
be
on
back.
offense, 8 coming back on defense. So we got pretty much
Oh yeah,
everybody back.
he'll
So
be back.
You'll be
yeah,
back.
we'll be back for sure.
Ain't no doubt. Because, that head man ain't going to tolerate nothing but the best.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Make sure you give Coach Johnson our love too. That's our guy.
Yeah,
All
most
right, I will.
We're gonna have him on soon too. He needs to call us, but I know he's been busy. I know they had to play a game today, but we'll get him on too.
Man,
Yeah.
he ain't busy. He's an AD. He ain't
We'll
busy.
get him on. Tell him we coming to bring
I
him
will.
on too.
It ain't
I'll let him
football.
know.
He's an AD right now.
All right, baby, we love you.
Love you, man.
too.
All right,
All right. Man, that's
that's fantastic.
fantastic. His son, Jordan.
That's my baby.
I mean,
He's another one of them kids I just absolutely fell in love with. You know,
well, and we didn't coach Bam Bam, and he's the same way because we were fortunate to coach his brother, right? Bam Bam, the running back.
oh yeah.
Yeah, and we was fortunate to coach his brother at Crawford.
Oh, Coach Tomlin's brother.
Yeah,
Yes.
I said his nickname.
Oh, you were saying Man's brother.
Yes.
Oh, Man's brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's at and Sturgis is at EKU right now.
Yeah. I didn't know if he still was at EKU.
I believe he's still at EKU.
Now you're talking about a man will
go through a wall for you.
Hey, that young man. So,
yeah, and Tomlin again. I can't wait to see what he's a special kid too. I mean, he was special when he would come to our practices.
Yeah.
When just to be there, and you could just see the talent there too. And hey, we didn't get a chance to opportunity to coach him, but just definitely, Mom made great decisions with putting him in position to set him up for success.
Yeah, both Mom and Dad. Both
absolutely, yes,
both did that.
Absolutely,
for both of their babies.
Yes, absolutely for both of them. Absolutely.
Right, so where we at right now?
Okay. So were we done with college football with UK and all that stuff?
Well, the biggest thing, and again, is I was kind of disappointed with some of the guys that left, but I understand why they left because we got close with their parents as well.
Every year we've lost them, but we're still good. We stay good friends regardless.
Yes.
The relationship that we build with the parents and stuff, and even with the other kids, is absolutely. They always stay nephew.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
The two things I do want to talk about is a Devin Neal and Dane both putting their name in the draft.
Right now, you got both Frederick Douglass, and let me use Devin Neal for example.
Yeah.
When Ty came on campus, I told Ty to mimic
Devin
Neal. And Ty looked at me. I said,
yes,
whatever he does, academically, behavior, I said, this young man, because I was fortunate to coach.
And we got to get his dad on, the senior on, because he did a great job with his sons.
Okay, I was fortunate to coach him at Bryant Station before he went over to Frederick Douglass. And his dad was outstanding. I coached against his dad. He was a running back, and he outstanding. And his mom did her thing as well. And so Devin was unbelievable. Now Dane, aka Ace,
nephew Ace,
the Ace. That's what his dad calls it.
I'm not gonna lie. I hope he gets drafted by the Broncos so that they both in the same team. He's on one side, and so every time there's somebody's on the field, we got a key on the field.
Well, we were wearing our Broncos.
And we wear true Broncos stuff.
Broncos jackets that we have.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice if him go to
I think that would be so cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'll be cool. It'd be a 49. But I really think it would be cool if, and congratulations to Devin for making All Pro.
Yes. Now, Devin is the older son. He made the special team NFL All Pro. Devin.
He leads the league in tackles on special teams.
Right. He plays for the Denver Broncos, guys. That wearing, is it jersey number
26?
26, yes, jersey number 26. And congratulations to Laco and DK. Two beautiful young men, academically. They're wicked smart. The oldest one played at Western, and I think he's still the all-time leading tackler.
I think he is too.
At Western Kentucky University. So again, you can't be any happy with young kids that you grew up with,
and that you coached.
And I coached at Bryant High School, and he's like Ty was on defense. He's very intelligent. He understands how it works, and now he's buying his time. And then then he's going to be not just a special team All Pro. He's going to be a position player All Pro. And we wish him well.
It should be almost time for his second contract here coming up.
Yeah. And, what I thought you were about to say is that his second job, he's got two little boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So, and then also going back to, to Key, goes over to Nebraska, has a pretty good year. Now he's on his way to Dane, on his way. I forget where his dad told me he was at. But he's getting ready for the NFL draft.
Yeah, I think he's in California.
Okay, getting ready for the NFL, learning how to be an NFL player. Because people don't understand. Those are three different levels. Learning to be a high school player,
a college
player, and NFL. They're not the same. They're not even close.
Gotcha.
So
okay. So couple announcements. So there's a new league. I don't know what the name of it is, but they have a team in Louisville called the Louisville Kings, and they have drafted Lynn Bowden and Benny Snell on their roster.
There it is.
It's like I don't know if it's some type of semi-pro team or something in Louisville.
Right.
And Lynn Bowden and Benny Snell, two great former Kentucky players, have been drafted on that team, and they got some other players too, but those are the two that kind of just really stood out for me on that. And then I know you don't want to really hear this, but because that's what it's because it has something to do. I'm not showing you up, babe. Yeah, but for women's, so the NCAA approved the women's flag, something in college, and so there are like 40 teams that already had teams in place, and so now that's one of the most emerging sports. So now college flag is getting ready to really blow up for the women in the NCAA. So I'm excited about that. And then Mike Thomas stepped down.
Well, I mean, you step down for certain reasons, and just like any relationship, if you don't feel welcome and wanted, and like they say in poetic justice, I'm not in the business of keeping somebody that don't want to be kept. And it seemed like the Steelers wanted to keep me, and they was looking for a reason. So I think he did the right thing. And I think he should have an opportunity. Because a lot of times when black coaches step down, they don't get a second opportunity. I don't know too many black head NFL coaches go to different teams.
But there's not any black coaches that have done what he's done.
Okay.
For 17 years without a losing season.
But here's my point.
All the other coaches lost.
But babe, the bottom line is a lot of other coaches lost too, but they still get opportunities for jobs. Okay.
And we know that.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. I don't see too many black coaches that's head coaches in NFL
That
go
get enough.
team to team to team to team.
Okay.
I haven't in my lifetime,
Okay.
and I've lived pretty. That's it. It's not debate. That's a fact.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Coach Bowles was able to go from the Jets, and now he's with Tampa Bay. There's
I didn't say all. I said
there's a couple that's been able to do it. But I would be shocked if Coach Moore's from Atlanta. I'll be shocked if he gets another job. I'll be shocked.
But that's what I just said.
Yeah, I'll be shocked. You're right. I'm agreeing with you, babe. I'm not arguing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
But what I'm saying is, it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
And he did a very good job, and it didn't work out. The thing about coaching now in the NFL, even in college, you don't have a long window. Him staying that long with the Steelers is a fluke. It really is, because really the Steelers has only had 3 coaches in their history. The Cowboys was like that at one time. And then all of a sudden they started making a lot of coaching change. The 49ers was like that. And then they started making a lot of coaches change, because they don't give you a lot of window to go with. They don't give you that. So.
Okay. Well, that's about all I got for today. Who you got? Your 49ers. Congratulations on your 49ers winning.
Yeah, big win. With a lot of injuries. People don't want to hear it, but it's a fact. When I hear next man up, I just shake my head. You get a few that it doesn't drop so much, but at that level, there's a reason why that 10 people make 99% of the money in NFL, and because you can't pay everybody. And the big superstars want their money, and then they wonder why they don't win. So I was happy with my Niners pulling out a victory. They got another tough challenge with the Seattle Seahawks playing in Seattle.
What's this, the third time y'all gonna play?
Yeah, third time, 1-1. So it's the Niners beat them with full roster. Like right now, their linebacker position, Warner may return, but their linebacker position is very suspect, because they're playing the number 6, 7, 8, and 9th linebacker on the depth chart.
Mm-hmm.
Practice squad. So, and Kittle is out.
For his Achilles, right?
And just as presence in makes you have to honor him. So now you can float a little bit with the other tight ends, but they're pretty good. So hopefully the Niners can pull this off and get in the NFC Championship game. So
Bills and Broncos. Who you got?
I'm taking the Broncos.
I'm taking the Broncos. Rams and the Bears.
I'm taking the Rams.
And the Texans and the Patriots.
I'm taking the Texans.
Those are all going to be some good games.
Yeah.
This weekend.
Now, who plays on Saturday?
Saturday is the 49ers and Seahawks play at 8.
No, they don't. They play on Sunday.
Saturday, January 17th. 49ers, Seahawks, Saturday 1/17.
Oh, they do play on Saturday. I'm sorry. I'm thinking last week they played on Sunday because I had baseball and I missed it. Yeah, so.
And the Bills and Broncos play Saturday at 4:30.
Okay, two good games to watch. But my Super Bowl picks.
I'm just glad the games are early and not late.
My Super Bowl pick was always been the Bills versus the Niners. Forever.
Okay.
But I just think that they play the Patriots, right?
Who's that?
The Bills.
No, the Bills are playing the Broncos.
The Broncos, I'm sorry. So at Mile High Stadium. So it's going to be a good game.
And Denver is a 1.5 point favorite.
And I'm surprised with that.
Me too.
Because they do got Joshua out.
Mm-hmm. Everybody else is out of the way. Josh is the last of the four Mohicans. That's still playing. Okay, so who do you got coming? Who do you think is going to be in the Super Bowl? Or who do you think? Well, you just gave me that. So
what's the Saturday game?
Okay, so the Saturday games is
Sunday games.
Sunday games is the Rams and the Bears, okay. And you said the Rams, and the Texans and the Patriots, and you said the Texans. So between the Texans and the Rams, if they win,
in the Super Bowl, I think it's going to be.
no, those are two different divisions. I'm sorry.
Well, and my point is, right now when I look at the other teams, I think the Super Bowl is going to be, to me, it's going to be the Rams. I think the Rams going to win the Super Bowl.
So the Rams is going to win the NFC.
Yes.
And who do you think is coming out of AFC? The Bills, the Broncos, the Texans, or the Patriots?
I want to say who's playing well is the Patriots, but I'm gonna say the Bills versus the Rams
in the Super Bowl.
And the Rams not.
And the Rams is gonna win again. They just won it a couple years ago, right?
Right.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay.
What would you pick?
I don't know. I think the Seahawks is gonna win the NFC East.
Okay.
I think the Seahawks are gonna beat the Rams in the NFC Championship. And I think it's gonna be I think it's going to either be the Seahawks and the Texans or the Seahawks and the Broncos.
Okay, but
in the Super Bowl.
Who's going to be in the Super Bowl?
Seahawks and the Broncos.
Seahawks and the Broncos. You sure your heart ain't in that?
And Broncos is going to win.
Okay.
Because my heart's in it.
All right. And I'm wrong with it.
And Devin's going to give him. Did he get a ring with the Chiefs?
I have no idea.
I can't remember. I know he was with them, and I can't remember if he had left when the Chiefs had got their ring. I can't remember.
Well, I figured he did. DK would have wore it.
Oh, gotcha. So maybe, yeah. So then, okay.
I'm assuming. But if Ty played on an NFL team that wins the Super Bowl,
we're wearing a ring. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm wearing that ring at least for one day.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, but those are some good teams. I think that, I'm surprised to see the Bears have been trash for years. It's good to see them back. The Patriots, took a dive. They've been trash for years, ever since Brady left. It's amazing to see them back. Broncos was trash for some years and they're back. So it's good to see some teams that's making some comebacks. But out of all of these teams, the 49ers have been the most consistent because they've been there.
Right.
They just don't. Y'all just have all the injuries. Yeah.
I mean, you can't win. You can win games during the season with that many injuries. I'm proud they won last week. And if they win this one, I'm even prouder. But I can't expect them to without your horses.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you got some players, but you got to have horses when you get into the Final Four.
I agree.
Or the Final Eight or whatever it is.
Yeah, I agree. So it looks like the Patriots, the Broncos, and the Seahawks all have the best record. So the best record was a 14-3 record.
Well, the Rams, if you watch them play, Coach, the Rams is loaded.
They're loaded.
They're good. They've got some receivers. They got one of the best receivers in the league.
They got a veteran quarterback. They've been there before. I mean, they great coach.
I mean, I just feel like everything goes, no flukes, nothing, and just straight out playing.
You're saying Rams and what did you say?
Bills.
And the Bills. Rams and the Bills. I can see that.
Rams and Bills.
Rams and the Bills. I can see that.
And the Rams winning.
And the Rams winning the Super Bowl.
Right.
I can see that. All right, Coach. Well, thank you, Coach Bryant, for being on. Thank y'all, everybody, for tuning in. If you're tuning in on and catching the replay because you're watching other sports, I appreciate you coming back and watching the replay. Thank you for the Lexington African American Sports Hall of Fame for being our sponsor. And with that being said,
and again, Homer, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for Gary Holman for coming on and sharing some insight with his son. And we have a community coming open, and we're gonna start helping some families out. If you're needing some help with the recruiting process, reach out. We're gonna put some stuff in place for y'all. All right, see y'all.
Deuce. Well.